wanted to talk to you about your worst mistakes. That thing.
How long have we got?
My first question is, what is one mistake, professional or personal, that you made in your 20s that still haunts you at 3 a.m.?
Well, I mean, in the last episode, we talked about saying no to, Sam Jones. It's a really hard question because I almost went broke many times, actually. But actually, all of that was really useful for me. And if I hadn't done all of that and made all those mistakes, then I wouldn't have known what I know now with Wolfitch, right? And so I kind of like the mistakes. I kind of own them.
Also emphasis on almost went broke.
Yeah, well, and that's it. And what I got good at doing was understanding, right, okay, I've reached my capacity and I need someone else in now. So I need to either sell this or I need to ask for help. I've got better and better at asking for help along the way, right? Yeah. So like coaching and mentorship has, initially it was a need, and now I kind of think, well, okay, that's really useful, right? And then I got good at sort of selling up before I thought, well, actually, what I don't understand, and it took me years to understand how money works. And I think the thing that probably I could have been really significantly better at was figuring out how money worked when I was in my 20s. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand how cash flow worked in businesses, how that was separate to what I needed to take out, the staffing mafia that was there, and where it was, oh no, I need a sous chef and I need 3 sous chefs. I'm like, well, there's no customers. What do you need sous chefs for? And I wasn't brave enough to have those conversations. So, but they're all good mistakes, actually, all really useful mistakes.
Yeah. So nothing really keeps you up at night in terms of mistakes.
No, I sleep well.
Yeah.
And that's it. And I think coulda, shoulda, woulda. You just move on, next thing.
Yeah,
I'm ready for my next mistake, So let's just rock,
So you have made mistakes. Whether they keep you up or not, that's another thing.
Yeah.
But what is one moment where you realise oh, I've really messed this up? There was quite a quick turnaround for the restaurant, right, wasn't there?
Yeah, I mean, I remember I was at the restaurant and we had the first winter. So I bought the place in the summer and it was amazing because no one had known I'd bought it. And so everyone thought Angela still had this. I was making money hand over fist, right? Because it was also the summer in Richmond when there's 2,000 people going to the Richmond Green. And I'm like, it's raining dosh, amazing. I'm going to be a billionaire and we're going to open a chain of these and it's going to be, this is great. I'm a phenomenal businessman. I knew it. And then November happened and I was like, where are all the people? Turns out I'm not a destination. Everyone has realized that Angelo has sold. I don't know how many meatballs this guy had to that guy for his lunches, and therefore, because there was all these side, there was no consistency in the plating. And I was like, and then they all stopped coming. And I was like, And then I had loads of money outstanding to my suppliers, and that was really scary. And then I had rent to pay, and that was really, really scary. And I had to muddle through it. I had to negotiate with the suppliers, and that was when I was like, right now I've just learned how to be a businessman. I was like, okay, so I sat them down. I was really honest, and I was like, okay, I've kind of screwed this up, but I'm going to turn this around, and I didn't really know. And also all the money I made, I spent it. So that's an issue because I forgot there was rent to pay. And that's quarterly, and that felt like a lot. And so I then, started to unpick that, and I then got much better at, maintaining cash flow. But that was damn scary because I was like, oh God, I've been here for 3 months. I've got massive loans. I'm out. I'm done. And so but then it turned around and. Very slowly, what it meant was I had to then really I worked so much. It was brutal.
Have you seen The Bear?
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. That, you know, it was like madness. And I remember, you know, my wife can't watch it. She's like, "This is too chaotic." I was like, "That was my life." You know, I remember this. We used to do this because I came up with this amazing idea. I thought was tasting menu, matching pairing wines, one region at a time, and it was Valentine's Day. I don't know what it was, 2010 or something, you know, or around then. And
good day for Italian restaurants, I think.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, great. So I then pumped out this thing. We were fully booked, but we had a really tiny. The kitchen was as big as this bloody table, and there was like 3 dudes in there, and it was, you know, a very aggressive chef, and it was, you know, there was pots and pans flying all over the place.
The food's amazing when the chef is a complete.
Yeah, I mean, his food was. I had to fire him. It was the first time I'd fired anyone but he was amazing and like not okay at the same time. But and so I'm in there, and I'm going into the kitchen, and I'm like, okay, guys, come on, where's my plates? You know, and I'm trying to work the room. I'm like, okay, right, you're getting a free glass of wine, you're getting this, and you know, and I'm just keeping tables spinning. It was brutal, but actually that it was great all at the same time. I was like, okay, we're on something here. But then what I realized was, if I just worked 80 hours a week, we'll be all right. No, I was there the whole time. You know, it was insanity for years.
Yeah, it's that thing of like Trevor was saying at the conference, wasn't he? You know, if your business can't work without you, you've got a job, and you work for a lunatic.
I did work for a lunatic, you know. It was just horrible. But I had loads of fun, you know, but as in, I was horrible to myself, but it was loads of fun. You know, I loved being in a restaurant. And met loads of great people, learnt a lot, you know, from them. But that was super cool. So.
What was the best thing on the menu?
You know, said very angry chef, whose name was Maurizio. He made the best calamari I have ever had. And when I fired him, I took it off the menu because nobody could make it like that.
Actually peaked.
It honestly, there was that, and I had this other guy, Fulvio, who I still talk to now and again. And he was from Piemonte, and he used to have a restaurant in like a mountain, and then he came here. He was a really nice guy, and he was a great pastry chef. And one of his best desserts was this tiramisu. I love tiramisu, but like that tiramisu, all tiramisus are pitched against that tiramisu for me. So I'd say those 2 things from those 2 chefs.
And what was the worst thing on the menu?
Oh.
Are you allowed to say?
Yeah. I'm just trying to think, what was it called? Like, what was it, Santinbocca or something? I was like, what is this? And in fact, actually, one of the guys made pigeon. I hate pigeon. And I was like, what? This literally tastes like that pigeon. You know, it was like horrible. I was like, no, it's a delicacy.
And like, pick it up from
I was like, this is disgusting, guys. Come on. Nobody wants to eat this. You know, I'm like, but yeah, that was, I would say the pigeon was horrible. The London pigeon that we served, but we only served it for a week, and I was like, when this pigeon, supplier, please get rid of the damn pigeon.
The pigeons probably noticed their mates were going missing.
Yeah, they're like, they're like, thank you, bye-bye.
Okay, I've got another question for you. You're not midlife, right? But
damn right.
But do you think you're going to have a midlife crisis? Because I feel myself coming onto a mid-20s crisis, so I know I will. But will you have a midlife crisis?
I'm here for you, Lucy. I'm here for you. So I find my birthday very difficult, and my wife always really laughs at me about this. And I'm like, I often will work my birthday, though everyone else gets a day off. I think hitting 40 will be really something for me, because I'm like, what? You know? I suppose. For me, life has been significantly about milestones, and so I think mentally I find that really difficult. I remember when I turned 30, I had this really weird kind of oh God moment, you know, and I'm being very polite about the whole situation, but I was like, this is just terrible. This is awful. It's like, come on, I was supposed to be like, you know, an international entrepreneur by this point, and it was, you know, and what you realize is that you've got to really enjoy the journey. And I'm actually giving myself a talking to right now. So will I have a midlife crisis? Probably, you know. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to really give myself a talking to. And maybe the therapy needs to start now, you know.
Yeah,
so
it happens to the best of us, I think. I think it happens to the best of us.
but you gotta own it and enjoy it, right?
Yeah,
and I think if you enjoy the process, I think that's it.
And that's okay. What's the worst thing that happens?
Exactly.
You get another sports car.
Yeah, well, you know, there could be worse things in life, right? So.
Thank you very much, Amrit. Great chat as always.